Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, I pretty much gave up on trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm just along for the ride. It's a good one, so let's see what happens. Gant here is about to testify about the schism between the prosecutor's office and the police department, and about this knife that they just found, which is all sorts of suspicious. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. What? Why don't you tell us and we'll figure out the connection. What are you doing with your hair? That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. It might be. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Oh, wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Supposedly. Oh my god, have I not put... Wait. No, it's 3 minutes. I'm starting to think the murder didn't occur when they said it. Hour and a half, so it could have been as late as 5:30. I'm starting to think the murder didn't occur when they're saying it did. Order. Anyway, we at the department are all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? Hi, we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well, however, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Oh, does that mean I have to be careful about what I say? This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Tell me. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Wright, but I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this case and Goodman. What do I got? I'm gonna press. I'm just gonna press everything. We'll take it from there. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So how are things out at the department? Wait, hold on. No, I don't want to. I want to. Can I look? I can't look at that. Okay. How about the tag? There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. Ah, okay. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6, maybe it's a case number. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. Yeah, it's that piece of paper. Oh. Should I present that to a statement where he says... That I need to find a way to connect the murder? Alright, let's continue pressing statements and take it from there. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand you were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department. See, alright, tell me more. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. The perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Oh, no. Oh, no. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. Alright, so we know it happened the same time as the other one, so I don't need to ask when the victim died. I feel like we know how the victim was killed with that knife. Where the victim was found would have been the police department. Am I overthinking this? I feel like I'm overthinking this. Alright, if I only get to ask one, I want to ask how the victim was killed. If we can come back and keep asking questions, I think the next one would be where and then when. We kind of already know, don't we? Because it was the exact same time as that other murder. Tell me how the victim was killed. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the Force call a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. Well, what do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. The time of crime, 5:15, scary coincidence. Yes, it was the same time, theoretically. 5:15, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. Why are we sweating about that? What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Terrible. These are connected. These are connected, you dumb people. Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Yes. For once, I'm inclined to agree with Science Girl. Scientifically, of course. Chief Grant, please tell us more about the incident. Talk more about it. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand. Try to understand, Righto. I hate that this is catching on. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. Two detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out, which I did. But I can't say how. Here, tell me more. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. Oh, we've done this. To prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. Okay, I'm gonna press this and then present evidence. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that... Oh, wait, we've already done this. Let's examine the knife. Okay, yeah, oops, my fault. Presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. Okay. 515. It's not officially linked. What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. No, I already did. Did I go past the... Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. Alright. Present. I'm pretty sure this. Yeah, there we go. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife... This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Nah, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was written on the body of the victim. Ah, okay. It's Leon. It's Leon. What's this? 6 minus 7s, 12 divided by 2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? 221 SL9. Ha! Ah! Ha! Ha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order, order. Well, Chief. Oh, well. Please don't be the murderer. You seem too weird to be the murderer. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? Huh. What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Oh. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. Time of the crime. Alright, alright, I guess I gotta press the new statement. Hold on. Please stop. This evidence was... Alright. Press. So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. It was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Okay, detective was killed at the time of the crime. 5:15. Scary. I can't talk much about it. Did I press everything? There's evidence in a case that was stolen from the department. I pressed that. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape. I feel like I pressed this. Tell me. Sharp, hungry, so something happened. Why wasn't I informed? Yeah, I pressed this. I'm pretty sure I pressed all these statements. What happened? What happened that day at the police department? A detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. On the same day the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. Oh wait, why did the music stop? I swear we pressed that before. I guess I could have forgot. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. The perpetrator, do you have a... Oh wait, no, I know this already. Why did the music stop, though? Just arrested him, in fact. Yeah, just arrested. That was quick. Yeah, we did this already. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, right? Oh yeah, I said I would. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Oh, I guess I mean, if he'll give me more information, I guess that's good. Where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Well, wait a second. I have heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he just mention that in his testimony now? Stolen from the department's evidence room. The connection between the two cases. Oh, okay. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy. So that was the question I was supposed to ask. Okay. Happy. We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with Mr. Wright. The connection is the place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. What is happening here? You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you've deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. Yeah, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Press it! If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Hold on. Victim's ID number. Is it his though? Yeah, it's his. Alright, never mind. I'm between, I don't think the victim's, it's the only one that really seems like it's gonna help, but I don't know how. Because we know nothing about the police's divisions. We don't know enough other officers that I think the gender will matter. But we don't know, I mean, I think I just defaulted to this. Because I looked at the other two and I was like, oh, those are dumb. But I don't see how this helps me either. Well, alright, I'm gonna go with ID, just because we have an ID card. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... 8421. Wait. 584218. Huh? Beg pardon? I don't know how to process this. I have so many questions. Number, yeah, okay, so that's the ID number, but was that not Goodman? That had to have been him. Not really. Yeah, I don't have the other picture, but there's not really much room for error here. What is happening? Well, that's quite long, and we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82, I can't do it. You even get the first number right. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. It tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Do I just present this? That's weird. I guess I'm gonna. I mean, that's the only thing that kind of matches up with what we're doing. I like that. Oh, went silent. Good. Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. This is news. Ouch. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 58422189. And this means what exactly? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 58422189. Wait a second, Wright. What is this? Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. Yeah! What does our witness think about that? No, sharp as attack, Righto, sharp as attack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Or was he? Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is,
The same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location.
No, he was killed and then moved?
Order, order, order. Chief, what does this mean?
No, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case.
Now just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
I don't know that you have a leg to stand, Edgy. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What? How? How dare?
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh no, Edgeworth. What is wrong with you?
Oh, Officer Meekins.
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Oh, wait. Yeah, it was the officer that he screamed at. Poor guy. Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief. Got your report.
You don't mean him.
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then
Dude, you're not gonna win this one. You messed up. No such luck this time, Worthy, or should I say unworthy. Ooh, burn!
What?
Wow, this is going. This is really going. Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's,
Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
Which, technically, it isn't.
And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job, I think is what that said. No.
No!
Oh, no.
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
Wait, what? I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, what with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened here, if it's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time, really.
You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned.
Alright, so here we go. We're on to our next day. Whew, that was a lot. Holy crap, that was a lot. Now let's save our progress. Okay. That's where we're going to stop it here for this episode. Wow. I mean, and that's just day one of court. We still got 2 more days of this. I'm so excited. I was definitely not ready for this game to end, and I'm glad it's still going. So we'll just have to see what happens in the next episode. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.